Hey, what's up, my friend? Mike Robertson here. And today we're going to talk a little bit about various strategies you can use to deload. Now, a deload is basically a short circuit in your training block. So let's say you've gone 3 weeks very heavy, your fatigue is starting to build up, your body may need a rest. That's where you would insert a deload week to give your body a little bit extra time to recover and to allow you to hit that next training block as fresh and as strong as possible. So today I'm going to cover 3 different strategies that you can use. Now, there's probably hundreds of them out there, but these are the 3 most popular and the 3 that you're going to see the most often. So the 3 strategies we're going to talk about are deloading using a decrease in volume, number 2, deloading using a decrease in intensity, or number 3, deloading using a blend of the 2. So let's look at each one and then you can figure out what works best for you personally. So when we're talking about deloading using volume, generally what you're going to hear is the rule of 2/3 or the rule of 70%. So what that might look like is, let's say you are doing 3 sets of 10 in your program. So you're doing 3 sets of 10 on your deload week. If you're going to deload and take volume away, you may do 2 sets of 10. All right, very simple. You take away 1 set. If you're doing sets like 5x5 or something like that, maybe on your deload week, you're going to do 3 to 4 sets. So you're going to try and take away roughly 66 to 70% of the total volume that you were using. All right, so that's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is to deload decreasing intensity. All right, so let's say over the course of your training weeks, you do a week at 75%, you do a week at 80%, and you do a week at 85%. So you're just kind of, over the course of this month, going up, up, up. If that's the case, what you're generally going to want to do here is you're going to want to deload to approximately your lowest training percentage. So in this case, generally around 70%. Now, some people would say that's still not enough. Like they still feel like they're working too hard. So you can maybe drop that another 5%. But in general, what you want to work around is that lowest intensity that you use in the previous training block. All right. The final strategy that you can use is a blend of the 2. And at least for me, this is what worked best. So what I would do is I would take this rule of 2/3. All right. So let's say I was going 5x5 and my highest percentage was 85%. On my deload week, I may go down to say 5x3 or something like that. So a little bit under that 66%. So I may go down to 60% of the total volume. And let's say my lowest week here was 75%. I'd stay somewhere in the 70 to 75% range. Okay, so 5x3, it's 70 to 75%. So there's lots of ways you can do this. And again, it kind of depends on what works best for you. I would say if you're crushing a lot of volume in the gym, you probably need to deload and take some volume away to allow your body to recover. If you're crushing yourself with intensity, you're pushing really heavy weights, you're getting really strong, you probably need to at least drop off some intensity. But the system or the strategy that I feel like works best, especially as you get older, is to use a blend where you're dropping that volume in that 66 to 70% range. So you're dropping off about 1/3 of the total volume, and then you're dropping down your intensity as well. It just gives you a really nice blend of allowing your body time to recover. You take some of the stress away from the intensity and the volume, and you allow your body to super compensate, get strong, get healthy, so that when you hit that next training cycle, you're fresh, you're strong, and you're ready to go.